Hello Go.FIGHT.POW fans, this is Clint Waters with my third card for my Mid-Atlantis sector. We're going to have a tournament for the U.S. Duos Championship. Without further ado, let's start. We have Duke and Maverick versus Johnny Hype and Ace Cannon. Okay, let's get these flipped over here. And I hope you all bear with me. This is my first time recording duos matches, so it might be a little rocky here at first. But Duke will be red and Johnny Hype will be blue. Duke and Maverick are the hot shots, and Johnny Hype and Ace Cannon just a tag team that I kind of made up. So okay, we got an 8 and a 6. Neither one's fast forward, but Duke will take the offense. And he rolled a 7. Positive 7 is a finisher, so I can use his or Maverick's finisher. Got a pop on a 3 or 4, 6 or a 1. We'll go ahead and use Duke's finisher, so that will be a 6, 3 or a 4 for Johnny Hype. And he rolls a 6. So he has to get a 5 here. And he gets a 6. Quick action here with the Hot Shots versus Johnny Hype and Ace Cannon. Let's see here. That was with a air hyper drop. Actually, it was with a just a regular finisher, so I guess I'll just have to make something up there. But Hot Shots will advance into the tournament tonight. All right. The next matchup we have are Mr. Grappling and Mr. Grappling 2, the Matmen versus Ricky Riot and Robbie Rocket, the Riot Express. Rocket Riot Express, I'm sorry. Here we go. Okay, Mr. Grappling will be red and Ricky Riot will be blue. Got a 1 and a 3. Both of their fast forward numbers, so I think we have to go with Ricky Riot on the 3. So Mr. Grappling's rolling his pop. He gets a 3. It's supposed to be should be a 4. So Ricky Riot will start off with a Ricky Kenrana. And it's Mr. Grappling's pop again. He has to avoid a 4. And he gets a 5. So Ricky Riot still on the offense with a 7. And we've got a tag team, or a finisher. So we can do a 1, a 2, or a 4 here. Mr. Grappling might be in trouble. Ah, nuts. Now, I gotta get that out of there. Roll that again. And it's a 3. So it's a 1, a 2, or a 4. Mr. Grappling's still in the game. Another Ricky Kenrana. And there's a 4 there. That's a hit. And a 4, we got a Vinyl Destroyer. And it hits a 2, that's a block. Got another Vinyl Destroyer. And a 3, Mr. Grappling reverses it into a cross knee lock, which is, it's a tag. Okay, so Ricky Riot tags to Robbie Rocket, and Robbie Rocket takes the offense. We got a 7, that's a tag finisher. We got a 2 or a 4. Mr. Grappling has to avoid a 2 or a 4. He gets a 3, so he's still good. We got a chart-topping Fists by Robbie Rocket, and that is tagged out. And Mr. Grappling 2 will take the offense here with a belly-to-belly suplex, and that is dodged by Robbie Rocket. A sleeper hold, so we got a 1 or a 4 here, and Robbie Rocket hits a 4, so he needs a 6, and he gets a 4. So Mr. Grappling and Mr. Grappling 2 advance from a sleeper hold on Robbie Rocket. That's an old school finish right there. So the Mat Men advance, and they will be taking on the Hot Shots whenever the semifinals happen. Our next matchup is the Mid-Atlantis champion Dusty Plummer and Remington XT versus Dusty Plummer's nemesis here, Sergeant Major Payne, and his tag team partner, Admiral Amstel. Here we go. There's Dusty Plummer and Sergeant Major Payne. Those flipped over. Dusty will be red, Major Payne will be blue. We got an 8 and a 7. Neither one are the fast forward, so Dusty Plummer will take the lead with a figure 4. Sergeant Major Payne gets a reversal into a Say Uncle. So Dusty Plummer needs to avoid a 4, a 3, or a 6 here. He gets a 7. And that is a tag out to Remington XT. But Sergeant Major Payne stays on the offense here with a 6, a combat clutch. That is reversed, and Dusty Plummer's back in. Sergeant Major Payne gets a finisher, so he's got a 4, a 3, or a 6. So if Dusty rolls a 4, a 3, or a 6, it could be over. He gets a 1. So he's still in the match. Got an 8. It's a tag team finisher. Use both your and your finisher's numbers. Tag team finishers. Okay. So Admiral Amstel has a 3 and a 6. And Sergeant Major Payne has a 4. And Dusty Plummer has a 3 and a 6. So a 4, a 3, and a 6, I believe, is what Dusty Plummer needs to avoid. And he gets a 5. So he's still in it. Got a Rumble rating here. We got a +3 and a +3. Okay. Sergeant Major Payne stays on the offense with a 5, a Marauder Cannon. And that is a pop, so Dusty Plummer needs to avoid a 3 and a 6. He rolls a 1, so he's still good. Combat Clutch by Sergeant Major Payne. That is reversed by Plummer into a Blue Collar Combo, which is a block. And Dusty Plummer's got a Rumble rating. They both have +3. So Sergeant Major Payne will take the offense with a Cobra Grip, and that is a 7. So Dusty Plummer tags out to Remington XT, but Sergeant Major Payne stays on the offense with a Cobra Grip, that is reversed by Remington into a finisher, and that will be a 5, a 6, or a 3 for Sergeant Major Payne to avoid, and he gets a 5. So Sergeant Major Payne needs to get a 4, and he gets a 1. So Sergeant Major Payne takes the loss. Remington XT and Dusty Plummer win that match with a finisher. All right. So Remington XT and Dusty Plummer will advance to the semifinals. And the last match of this round will be Iron Soldier and Muscle Soldier versus Kira Masuto and Dragon Blood. Asian persuasion there. Okay. We'll start the match off with Iron Soldier and Kira Masuto. The Mad Soldiers will be red and Kira Masuto will be blue. We got a 1 and a 3. Neither one are the fast forwards, but Kira Masuto will take the offense with a Black Mist. So is that 2 or a 6 or a 2 to a 6? That's a 2 or a 6. Okay, so we'll roll that first. And he rolls an 8, so he's good. So opponent adds 1 to pop up to 3 times. So just to try to remember this, I'll do a 3 and a 4, or just add the 4 to it. Kira Masuto rolls a 1, a tri-jump moonsault. That is a pop, so a 3 or a 4 is what Iron Soldier needs to avoid. It's a 5, so he's good. Got another Black Mist. So a 2 or a 6. It's a 5. So let's see, we've got a 3, a 4, and a 5 now. Okay. It's blocked by Iron Soldier. Got a 4 here. It's a rumble rating. +3 and a +1. Okay. Let's see, so that's a 6, 3, 4, 5. Kira Masuto stays on the offense with an 8, a tag team finisher. So we're going to use Dragon Blood's 1 and 3 and a 4 or a 5. A 1, 3, 4, or 5. Iron Soldier could be in trouble here. It's a 3, so he needs to get a 1 or a 4. He gets a 7. So the partner makes a save, Muscle Soldier makes a save, but Kira Masuto is still on the offense. He gets a 7, so let's see. 7 is just a regular finisher, so it's a 3 or a 5 is what Muscle Soldier needs to avoid. He hits a 3. So he needs a 2 or a 5. He gets a 7. So it's another tag out with Kira Masuto still on the offense. So Kira Masuto gets a tri-jump moonsault. It's a hit by hits on Iron Soldier. We got an Oriental Spike, and that is a tag out, opponent on positive. So Muscle Soldier is back in the fray. And a rumble rating. It's a +3 and a +1. And it's safe to say that our muscle soldier takes the offense with a lariat. And that's a 3, so that's dodged by Kiramasudo. We got a power bomb by Muscle Soldier. And that is a tag out, the first time in the match. So Dragon Blood's back in, or Dragon Blood's in for the first time, with Muscle Soldier on the offense with a knee butt. And so that'll be a 1 or a 3. Gets the 6, so he's still in. Roll an 8 here. If the fighter has duo, you may use that instead. So it's a Doomsday device to Dragon Blood, so that'll be a 1 or a 3. So Dragon Blood needs to avoid a 1 or a 3. He gets a 7, so he's tagged back out. And Kiramasudo. Oh wait, I did that wrong. Partner makes a save, but he's still in the match, and Muscle Soldier is still on offense. So that's a knee butt, a 1 or a 3. Gets the 8. It's a tag out. Now Kiramasudo's back this time, rolling positive. Kiramasudo gets a 7, so that is a 2 or a 5. No, a 3 or a 5. He gets a 3. Kiramasudo gets the finisher on Muscle Soldier. Muscle Soldier needs a 2 or a 5. And he gets a 1. So Kiramasudo and Dragon Blood advance into the semifinals after Kiramasudo's finisher. Okay, had to write that down or I wouldn't forget it. So now we're in the semifinals. We've got Maverick and Duke versus Mr. Grappling and Mr. Grappling 2, the Mat Men. Hot Shots versus the Mat Men. All right. Maverick and Duke will be red, and the Mat Men will be blue. Got a 5 and a 7. Okay, neither one's fast forward. Mr. Grappling takes the offense with a Cyclone roll, so that'll be a 5 or a 3 that Maverick needs to avoid. He gets an 8. So that is a reverse and take on the positive. So Duke will be rolling offense here. Nope, that was the wrong die. Gets an 8. All right, so there is a duo match. So it'll be a 3, a 5, or a 4 that Mr. Grappling has to avoid. He gets a 1, so he's still in the offense. Or still in the match, rather. Sky High Kick by Duke with partner makes a save. And Mr. Grappling stays in, I'm sorry. But Mr. Grappling will be on the positive. With a Hawkeye Hammer to Duke. And that's a 2 and a 2, so we'll roll twice here. He gets a 6 and an 8. So neither one worked. Okay, so Mr. Grappling with another Hawkeye Hammer. So it's a 2 and a 2 again. It's the 4 and a 3. All right, another finisher by Mr. Grappling. This one will be a 5 or a 2 that Duke needs to avoid. He gets the 5. All right, could be trouble. He needs a 3, a 7, or an 8. He gets a 5 again. So Mr. Grappling making quick work of the Hot Shots. That familiar looking fella. Okay. So Mr. Grappling and Mr. Grappling 2 have made it to the finals after a cyclone roll by Mr. Grappling. Okay, the final match of our semifinals are Dusty Plummer and Remington XT versus Kira Masudo and Dragon Blood. Okay. Dusty Plummer and Kira Masudo will take the start of the match. Dusty Plummer red, Kira Masudo blue. Okay, we got an 8 and a 6. Neither are the fast forward, but Kira Masudo will take the offense with a duos finisher, or a tag finisher. So we're going to use the 3, a 1, a 3, or a 6. So a 3, a 1, or a 6 is what Dusty needs to avoid. He gets a 5, so he is still in the match. Blazing Wizard by Kira Masudo, so a 3 or a 6 is what Dusty Plummer needs to avoid. He gets another 5, still in the match. Another Blazing Wizard by Kira Masudo, so a 3 or a 6, gets an 8. So it is saved by Remington XT, but Dusty Plummer will now take the offense with a duos finisher, or a tag finisher. So it'll be a 1, a 2, a 5, 6, 1, 2, 5, or 6. Kira Masudo could be in trouble here. And he gets a 3, so he is still good. Dusty Plummer with a Layman's Lariat. That is hit by Kira Masudo. And we got another tag finisher. So that is a 1, a 2, or a 1, 2, 5, or 6. Kira Masudo is in trouble here. He gets a 3, but he's still out of it. We got a Stardust Smash on Kira Masudo, and that is a hit. And a Layman's Lariat again. Kira Masudo reverses it. He reverses that into Oriental Spike, and that is reversed by Dusty Plummer into another tag finisher. So once again, 1, 2, 5, or 6. Ooh, gets a 1. So he needs, Kira Masudo needs a 5, a 7, or an 8. He gets the 8. So partner makes a save, and Kira Masudo is on the positive with a Blazing Wizard, a 3, or a 6. And that is a 4. So Kira Masudo still on the offense with a 3, Feet of Fury. And that is a hit. And a Black Mist. So it's a DQ on a 2 or a 6. We got a 3, so we're going to add 1 to Dusty Plummer's pop, and that'll be, we'll do a 5. So he rolls a 1, so that's a dodge. We got an 8, a duos finisher, or a tag finisher. So let's see. At the Blazing Wizard's a 3, a Dragon Cross is a 1. So it'll be a 1, 3, 5, or 6 that Dusty Plummer needs to avoid. He gets a 4, so he is still in it. We got a Blazing Wizard, so a 3, a 5, or a 6 Dusty needs to avoid. He avoids it, and he gets a 7. So that is, opponent still rolls on positive, Kira Masudo, with a Tri-Jump Moonsault. Dusty Plummer reverses it into a Rumble rating, +3 and +1 here. And it looks like Kira Masudo will take the lead again with an Oriental Spike. And that is a tag out. And Remington XT will be on the block here, but Kira Masudo is still in the offense. Black Mist, okay, we got to avoid a 2 or a 6 here. Get a 4, so Remington's pop will have a 4 and a 5 now. And Remington is going to get an 8, which is a tag out. But now Dusty Plummer will be on the offense. Dusty Plummer with a 3. That's a rumble rating, so a +3 and a +1. Dusty Plummer will take the offense with another rumble rating here. That'll be Dusty Plummer still in the offense with a blue collar combo. And that's a pop for Kiramasudo, so he needs to avoid a 2. He gets a 4. So Dusty Plummer is on the offense still with a rumble rating for now. And he still is with an 8. All right. So now we got a tag finisher. And we've got a 1, 2, 5, or 6 that Kiramasudo needs to avoid. And he gets a 4. So he's still in the match. Another 8. So it's a 1, 2, 5, or 6. Gets a 4 again. I'll probably tag him out when he gets on the offense. 7. And that's just a regular tag finisher. Or a regular finisher, so it'll be a 1 or a 2. And he gets another 4. So Dusty Plummer with a Stardust Smash. And that's a 7, so it's a tag out. But Dusty Plummer will still stay on the offense. We got a 6, a Layman's Lariat, and an 8 is a tag out in reverse. So Kiramasudo didn't stay out very long, but now he's on positive. So he gets a Black Mist again. So we need to avoid a 2 or a 6. He gets a 2. Dusty Plummer and Remington XT advance because of a Black Mist DQ. All that work for nothing, Kiramasudo. Okay, and the moment we've been waiting for. We've got Dusty Plummer and Remington XT. They will be taking on the Mat Men Grappling 1 and 2. Mr. Grappling will start the match, as well as Dusty Plummer. It's one for the ages, ladies and gentlemen. One for the ages. As always, Mr. Grappling will be on red. Dusty Plummer will be on blue. Got an 8 and a 2. Neither one's fast forward, but Mr. Grappling will take the offense with a Hawkeye Hammer, trying to start it early here. A 2, a 3, or a 6 for Dusty Plummer. And he rolls a 1, so he's still good. We got a 7, a finisher, so we will use a 2, a 3, or a 6. Dusty Plummer needs to avoid those. 2, 3, or 6. He gets another 1. Dusty Plummer still, or Mr. Grappling still on the offense. We got another finisher, a 2, a 3, or a 6. Dusty Plummer gets a 5, so he is still in it. Will not give up. A cross knee lock by Mr. Grappling with a 7. That is a tag out. Opponent is still on positive. So Remington XT is in, but Mr. Grappling is still on positive. And he gets a Cyclone roll, so that'll be a 5 or a 4 that Remington XT needs to avoid. He gets a 4. So Remington needs a 3 or a 5. He gets an 8, but the partner makes a save. Dusty Plummer runs in, and Dusty Plummer runs in and breaks up the count, but now Remington is on the offense with a tag finisher. So we've got a 5, a 6, or a 4 that Mr. Grappling needs to avoid. He gets a 2, so he is still in it. And got a Magnum Smash here by Remington XT, and that's a 5, which is a pop. So Mr. Grappling needs to avoid a 4. He gets a 7. So that'll be a partner makes a save, and Remington still rolls on positive here with a power slam. Got a power slam, and that is reversed by Mr. Grappling. And Mr. Grappling gets a tag finisher. And it looks like the Mat Men don't have a duo finisher, but we'll use both Mr. Grappling 1 and 2's finishers versus Remington XT's pop of 4. So we will do, what, a 2, a 5, and a 4 maybe. That'll work, 2, a 5, or a 4. Oh, Remington XT gets a 4. So he needs a 3 or a 5. Gets a 7. Dusty Plumber makes a save again, but Mr. Grappling's gonna stay on and gets a rumble rating. And that's a +2 and a +3. And Remington XT gets on the offense with a Bulldog charge. 5, a 6, or a 4. And Mr. Grappling rolls a 3, so he's still in it. Remington XT with an Atom drop. And it's a tag out. Mr. Grappling's finally out of the match for a little bit. He can take a rest, and Remington XT will roll positive against Mr. Grappling 2 with a Bulldog charge. 5, 6, 2, or a 4. And he gets a 6. Mr. Grappling 2's in trouble. Needs to get a 1, but he gets a 7. Partner makes a save, but Remington XT is still rolling positive with a power slam. Mr. Grappling with a pop. Mr. Grappling 2 with a pop. Needs to avoid a 2 or a 4. Gets a 5. Remington XT still on the positive with a 6. Vertical suplex. And Mr. Grappling reverses it. He reverses the suplex with an amateur action. And that is blocked by Remington XT. Mr. Grappling 2 with a tag finisher. So that'll be a, what, a 5, a 2, or a 4. We got a 6. So Remington XT kicked out. And Mr. Grappling 2 with a Utica stretcher. So it'll be a 5 or a 4 that Remington XT needs to avoid. He gets a 3, so he's still good. Mr. Grappling 2 with a rumble rating, so that'll be a +2 and a +3. It's an 8 and an 8, so Remington will take the offense with an Atom drop, and that is a hit. A Bulldog charge, a 5, a 6, a 2, or a 4. Mr. Grappling 2 could be in trouble here. Yep, but Mr. Grappling 1 breaks the count. Remington XT stays on positive with a Magnum Smash. That is a block. Remington XT with a vertical suplex. And that is a tag out. So Mr. Grappling 1's back in. Remington XT stays on the offense with an Atom drop. Mr. Grappling dodges it. And we've got a finisher. So that'll be a 5, a 6, or a 4. Mr. Grappling rolls a 1, so he's still in it. Power slam by Remington XT. That is a tag out, but now Mr. Grappling 2's on the offense. And he gets a finisher. So that will be a... what do we do here? A 5 or a 4. He gets a 1. I almost picked the 1 for Mr. Grappling 2. Okay, so I don't know why I rolled that. Yeah, I needed to roll that. Okay, so a sleeper hold. So it'll be a 1 or a 4 Remington needs to avoid. He gets a 2, so he's still in the match. We got a 7 here. It's a finisher. So once again, we'll do a 5, a 2, or a 4. And a 2. Remington XT rolls a 2. He needs to get a 3, 5, 7, or an 8. And that was a 6. Ladies and gentlemen, your inaugural U.S. Duos champions, Mr. Grappling 1 and 2, the Mat Men. That was with... a finisher, I believe. All right. What a nice way to end this tourney. With Mr. Grappling 2 getting a finisher. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have our inaugural tag team champions here. We'll have them here in just a second. Sorry, have some difficulties there. There they are. Great. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you liked the matches. A tag team tournament took a lot longer than I expected it to, but it was a good payoff in the end. We got new champions, Mr. Grappling 1 and 2, the Mat Men, and we'll see you at the next fight. Thanks.